Happy Halloween.
When is it?
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow's Halloween. Nothing happens on Halloween.
someone's come to change it all.
In Buffy's first Halloween episode, the monsters aren't vampires, they're the costumes. Everyone in Sunnydale puts on a mask to enjoy the night, and they end up trapped by the very identity they were trying to fake. Because in Halloween, pretending isn't harmless, it's dangerous.
Welcome to Sunnydale.
If you clicked on this video,
What you're after?
na, 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 boo, Buffy Bot. Welcome everyone to the first of my Halloween specials. All October we will cover all of the Buffy Halloween episodes together, starting with the first Halloween episode titled Halloween. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the spooky Buffy fun. Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
The real terror in this episode might be discovering that the role you wanted to play might be closer to who you are than you'd like to admit. It's season 2, episode 6, and Buffy's still trying to figure herself out. She's the Slayer, yes, strong and confident in her role. However, she also longs for the life of a normal teenage girl. After fighting a vampire at Pop's pumpkin patch, she arrives late for a date with Angel at the Bronze, only to find Cordelia there flirting with him. Disheveled and frustrated, Buffy leaves. Buffy decides she wants to know more about Angel, so her and Willow come up with a plan to distract Giles and take one of his Watcher diaries. In the diaries, they discover a picture of a beautiful 18th century woman who Willow says must be a noblewoman. Believing that's the type of woman Angel likes, Buffy doesn't want to lean into her power. She wants to hide it.
Angel would never fall for her act.
You mean that actually showing up wearing a stunning outfit embracing personal hygiene act?
And that's the first mask of this episode. Later at Ethan's costume shop, Buffy finds herself a new identity, a noblewoman, someone delicate, refined, and worthy.
My, meet the hidden princess. I think we found a match.
Deep down, she wants to be loved for being delicate and soft, and not feared for being strong. But let's be real, this is Buffy, and in Sunnydale, decisions like this always have unintended consequences.
Thy faithful, degenerate son.
When Ethan Rayne casts his Giannis spell, everyone becomes their costumes. Buffy's transformation is instant, and so are her consequences.
This could be a situation.
Buffy, what do we do?
The strong Slayer vanishes, replaced by a helpless girl. She's now terrified of weapons, confused by cars, and now powerless in a situation that demands leadership and strength.
Demon! A demon! It's not a demon, it's a car.
What does it want?
For y'all to hit subscribe if you're enjoying the video. And this isn't the random irony. It's literally the thesis of the episode. The moment you pretend to be something you aren't, you become it. Buffy wanted to be soft and feminine, and in doing so, she lost her power. In trying to be the perfect woman for Angel, she loses and erases everything that already made her special. Luckily, by the end of the episode, she gets that power back, and with it a new understanding.
Hi, honey. I'm home. You know what? It's good to be me.
Angel loved her because she was real and authentic, and it wouldn't matter if she was powerful or helpless.
I always wished I could meet someone exciting, interesting.
And while Buffy loses herself behind her mask, Xander seems to find a hidden part of himself. Xander decides to be a soldier for Halloween. I think subconsciously he puts on the costume to feel respected for once, to be the guy who saves, not the one who always needs saving.
Black guy heals, Buffy, but cowardice has an unlimited shelf life. Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot for your help.
And when Ethan's spell hits, he becomes that man. Strong, decisive, and capable. Everything he wishes he could be in real life. This time it's not Buffy saving Xander, but Xander saving Buffy. What's cool about Xander's transformation is that the mask sticks. The soldier memories, the tactical instincts, they become canon later on. Xander's military experience and knowledge are referenced several times in the future, most notably in Innocence, Graduation Day Part 2, and Revelation. It's almost as if Xander had been rewarded for his mask. And then there's Willow. Dressed as a ghost, invisible, quiet, and unseen. Initially thinking about wearing a sexy costume, Willow allows her shy reserve to decide on a ghost outfit completely covered up.
It's just, you're never gonna get noticed if you keep hiding. You're missing the whole point of Halloween. Free candy?
When the spell activates, she literally becomes transparent. No one notices her and no one listens. This is the perfect metaphor for her story arc so far in the series. She's been hiding behind her shyness, sweetness, and fear. But when she becomes a ghost, she's wearing the sexy outfit. She's leading and organizing the team, and we finally get to see her true strength.
Oh, this is fun.
Willow's mask isn't about transformation. It's about revelation. This is one of her first tastes at leadership and liberation, which foreshadows the powerful witch and dangerously overly confident woman she will later become. As a ghost, Willow is able to act without her normal anxieties and inhibitions. Thanks to Willow's bravery, she's able to get help from Giles, who ultimately breaks the spell, releasing everyone from their costumes. Speaking of Giles,
What?
in this episode, even a mask that Giles has been wearing gets taken off. Unlike the Scoobies, Giles did not have a physical mask for Halloween, but more of a metaphorical mask. When his old friend Ethan Rain shows up, we get to see a glimpse of Ripper, Giles' hidden and rebellious self from the past.
I know who you are, Rupert, and I know what you're capable of. But they don't, do they?
Giles, now an adult, has left the chaos of his past behind, but in his actions, we see it's very much still a part of who he can be. The moment that Giles beats Ethan, it's not just to end the spell, it's also him confronting the mask he's been wearing for decades.
And you said the Ripper was long gone.
Tell me how to stop the spell.
Say pretty, please.
This episode isn't only about kids pretending to be something they're not. It's also about adults pretending to have it all together. Halloween was a really fun episode of Buffy and a great intro into the world of Halloween in the Buffyverse, but it's also very revealing. Every mask comes from fear. Buffy's fear of being unloved, Xander's fear of being useless, and Willow's fear of remaining unseen. Honestly, they are all a type of fear based on rejection. And all the while, Ethan's spell didn't create those fears, it simply exposed them. The magic didn't change who they were, but it did make it impossible to hide it. Also, Cordelia didn't change. She got her outfit from Party Town, not Ethan's costume shop. I love Cordelia.
Oh, Fabu, more clinging.
Diet.
Do you know what you just did?
Saved $1?
Savings are really good. And if you want to save yourself the hassle of trying to remember when my next video comes out, just hit the like and subscribe button. So the next time Halloween rolls around in Buffy, everything has changed. By season 4, the gang doesn't need costumes. Their literal fears will be the chaos. Halloween will no longer be about the mask and identity. It will be about fear itself.
Happy Halloween.
When it comes to slaying,
Size doesn't matter?
They're all going to abandon you, you know.
Yeah.
In Buffy's first Halloween episode, the real evil was the mask they wore. But 2 years later, the masks are gone and the fear is real, literally. By the time Buffy reaches college, she doesn't need to pretend to be anyone else, because now her inner fears do that for her. This is fear itself, the Halloween episode that proves sometimes the scariest evil are the fears we carry inside of us.
Happy Halloween.
Welcome to Sunnydale.
If you clicked on this video,
what you're after.
na, 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 boo, Buffy Bot. Season 4 is a turning point in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Scoobies are adjusting to college life, or at least trying to. Buffy's juggling classes, heartbreak, and a growing sense of loneliness. Willow's thriving academically, diving deeper into her witchcraft, while Xander's working random jobs and watching his friends move on without him. And Oz, as always, stays calm, maybe too calm. Halloween night arrives, and with it comes a chance for some normal fun. A frat house party, costumes, and maybe for once, a night off from the supernatural. But this is Sunnydale, so of course, things go wrong. The episode's premise is a typical Halloween setup. Frat guys planning a party, but one of them paints an ancient symbol on the floor that he believes is just decoration. It's not. It's the mark of Gaknar. Meanwhile, Buffy's having a rough night. Still reeling from being ghosted by Parker, no pun intended, after their short-lived fling. She tells Willow she's fine, but it's the kind of fine that is anything but.
You guys have fun.
You want me to come with?
No, I'm fine.
She heads out, and a guy in a costume jumps out to scare her, and she knocks him to the floor. Honestly, he had it coming.
What the hell's wrong with you, lady?
That's what I'd like to know.
Even Giles is celebrating, now living his best unemployed life, decorating and reminiscing about the days when he had a slayer who needed him. On to Buffy's fear. Her fear is as old as her calling, isolation. Angel has left town, and a new guy she tried to connect with is uninterested. Buffy's greatest fear has always been to be alone thanks to her duties.
No friends. Just to kill. We are alone.
In fear itself, that emotion takes true form. As the spell begins to twist the frat house, she becomes separated from everyone, wandering empty halls, calling out into silence. Each door that slams shut is symbolic of how alone she feels. The haunted house doesn't create her fear, it just reflects it. College has fractured her once solid friend group. She doesn't feel quite like the leader anymore. She feels like an outsider.
Let's all take a breath. Buffy, maybe...
Being the Slayer doesn't automatically make you boss. You're as lost as the rest of us.
And although on the surface level, it may seem she's upset about Parker, it's about much more than that. Her abandonment isn't rooted in one specific thing. As the Slayer, she's expected to put her duties first over love, family, and friends.
They all ran away from you. They always will.
And sadly, she even has some abandonment issues pre-show, including the relationship with her father.
Your father loved spending time with you.
Not enough, I guess.
Willow, on the other hand, is growing, magically and academically. She's taking college classes, she's more confident, and she's starting to lean on her powers more than her friendships. When Buffy expresses doubt about Willow's magic, it stings. And so in classic Willow fashion, she decides to prove herself by performing a guiding spell to help with the chaos inside the house.
He thinks I'm not ready to be a full-blown witch. I can handle the dark forces as good as anyone else.
But the spell backfires. The energy literally explodes around her.
Hey, what's going on? Stop! Stop it!
It's the first major moment that shows how Willow's magic, though powerful, can be unstable. Her fear of losing control is more than justified. It's a preview of what's coming in future seasons. What's brilliant here is how the episode uses the horror setting to highlight something deeply emotional. Willow wants to help, but she's terrified that her strength might actually hurt the people she loves. If you're not
bored now,
then I take it you enjoy this type of Buffy content. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future Buffy videos. Next up, Xander. Xander's the only one who didn't go to college, the only one without powers, and the one left behind in every sense of the word. He tries to fit in, tries to keep the same dynamic, but the others are living new lives.
There's a party?
We didn't tell you?
No, that's cool.
When the spell hits, his worst fear becomes literal. He tries to talk to Buffy, but they can't see or hear him.
Right with you, right by your side.
Xander?
Funny how you still haven't lost your sense of inappropriate humor.
He's invisible. At first it's played for laughs, classic Buffy humor, but beneath it is something painfully human. Xander's always been the heart of the group, but now he seems like a ghost to them. Invisible and useless. His invisibility isn't just supernatural, it's his fears manifested.
I'd offer my opinion, but you jerks aren't gonna hear it anyway. Not that didn't go to college boy has anything important to say.
Oz's fear is different, quieter but also more real. He's terrified of himself. When he notices that his hands are transforming, he panics, afraid the werewolf inside him might surface. Then he accidentally hurts Willow before fleeing.
Will, please.
No!
Up until this point, he's been disciplined. He knows how to control the werewolf and to lock him up when it's necessary, but it's still a ticking time bomb underneath his calm exterior. His fear isn't about losing others, it's about becoming the monster they fear and that could hurt them. And that's what's cool about the episode. Each character's fear drives them apart. By the time the house is fully alive, the Scoobies are emotionally and physically isolated, a visual metaphor for how much they've drifted since high school. So as the night spirals, the house becomes a living nightmare. The frat party decorations twist into grotesque versions of themselves, fake spiders become real, walls close and move, doors disappear, and screams echo from nowhere. Even Giles, armed with a chainsaw, can't get in at first.
We're gonna have to create a door.
But inside, the group is pushed to their limits. What began as a cheesy Halloween prank turns into a symbolic battlefield for their insecurities. Each fear manifests physically, but the real battle is emotional. And then comes the plot twist. After an entire episode of fear, tension, and chaos, the so-called big bad finally appears, Gaknar. The thing tormenting them all, and he's just 6 inches tall. It's one of the funniest reveals in Buffy history, a moment that undercuts all the terror with absurdity. But it's also deeply meaningful, because that's the point. Fear grows to monstrous proportions in our minds, but once you see it for what it is, it's almost always laughably small. Buffy smashes Gaknar with one stomp, ending the nightmare instantly. The group laughs, relieved, a little embarrassed at how far their fears ran away with them.
Yeah.
It's a perfect metaphor for young adulthood. The moment you realize most of what terrifies you is only as powerful as you let it be. Fear itself is one of the more clever Halloween episodes in the series because it doesn't rely on costumes or gimmicks. It's not about pretending, it's about revealing. It takes the familiar fun of Halloween and turns it inward, showing how real fear doesn't come from monsters under the bed, but from the thoughts you can't silence in your head. By the end, Buffy and her friends haven't just survived the night. They've confronted something deeper. Their friendships might be strained, their paths diverging, but they face themselves. And in Buffy, that's always where the real fight begins. But if fear itself is about confronting the monsters inside, the next Halloween episode takes it one step further. Because by season 6, the scariest thing about Halloween isn't demons or inner fears, it's adulthood itself. And that's all the way. If you enjoyed this video on fear itself, then I know you'll love part 3 and the final part of my Halloween specials all the way.
It's over, okay?
Happy Halloween.
And you guys, please forgive me, the last video has this horrible overlay, but Disney was not playing about copyright.
Mist, cemetery, Halloween.
By the time we reach season 6, Halloween on Buffy has changed a lot. It's no longer about costumes or demons.
They're all going to abandon you, you know.
Season 2 explored the mask they wore, and season 4 forced everyone to face their fears.
Yeah, what about costumes that take over your personality? Or wee little Irish fear demon thingies?
But this is all the way, where you'll learn that sometimes the scariest things aren't magic or monsters, it's real life and growing up. Oh, and vampires. It's vampires too.
Welcome to Sunnydale.
If you clicked on this video,
What you're after?
Buffy Bot. The episode opens at the Magic Box during the Halloween rush. Buffy and the gang are helping with the rush of customers. Meanwhile, Dawn moves around the store, practically useless. Dawn's stealing, as per usual.
Must be Tuesday.
We're then shown Mr. Coltenbach, who appears to be the bad guy of this episode. But remember, the real terror in this episode is adulthood and growing up. Dawn is growing up fast, and with that, she will soon experience fear, risk, and responsibilities firsthand. She will soon learn various lessons about choices and consequences as the night goes on, a reflection into what growing up is all about. Back at the Summers house, at the celebration of Xander and Anya's engagement, Dawn reminds Buffy that she's going to spend the night at her friend Janice's house.
I'm sleeping over at Genesis, remember?
That's tonight?
No, it's on the other Halloween.
I forgot to mention that this episode's focus is mostly on Dawn. She then meets up with Janice and 2 guys named Justin and Zach. The trio encourages Dawn to push boundaries, classic teen thrill seeking.
Hey, you think when we're done with this juvie crap, maybe we can do something else? I'm getting kind of bored.
Just one more.
They vandalize property and ultimately stumble into danger. Dawn is impulsive, curious, and eager to assert her independence here. The show is using her actions to reflect the balance between youthful freedom and the consequences that come with growing up. Once the teens end up inside Mr. Coltenbach's house, it's revealed that the physical bad guy of the episode isn't him. It's actually Justin and Zach.
Boom.
They're the vampires I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Remember? Justin kills the man, and Dawn is confronted with real-life stakes that she never imagined. It's here we see Buffy's emotional arc mirrored in Dawn. Buffy once lived on the edge, in close proximity to vampires, and now Dawn's doing the same.
Like frozen here.
Does that scene look familiar?
You're cold.
You can take it.
Me. Look cold.
We'll come back to Dawn, but let's switch gears real quick and talk about Willow. She's at the start of one of the biggest story arcs in the entire series. So going back to Anya and Xander's engagement party, Honestly, this is where the key moments for a lot of characters start in the episode. Willow uses her magic to decorate the party, and both Giles and Tara give a disturbed look. Tara expresses her concerns to Willow, highlighting the growing reliance on her magic. It's subtle but crucial.
This isn't about me. This is so about you. You're always coming down on me for doing magic that couldn't harm a fly. What's your problem?
Willow's fear, once again, is about losing control, but she's closer now than she's ever been before. Her magic isn't just power, but it's a huge responsibility, and she's beginning to use it in a very unresponsible way. When the gang realize Dawn is missing, Willow and Tara go to the Bronze to search for her. And while there, Willow wants to cast a spell that will send everyone who's not a 15-year-old girl into an alternate dimension.
I'm just gonna clear the crowd. How? I'll just shift everyone who isn't a 15-year-old girl into an alternate dimension.
Even as Tara tries to explain to Willow that she's using too much magic, she again uses magic to silence the Bronze.
But what would Giles say? Scott, are you taking his side now?
Willow's lack of control and personal boundary issues will soon manifest itself into one of the biggest big bads in the show's history. Then there's Buffy. While the others are navigating growing up in their own ways, Buffy is facing something quieter but heavier, the weight of responsibility. Just months after being pulled out of heaven, she's trying to relearn how to live. Selling Halloween trinkets at the Magic Box feels hollow compared to the battles she's fought in the past.
Exactly, so I should patrol to avoid any of that, and I'm bagging.
What's striking in this episode is how detached Buffy seems. She's present but distant. She's back in the world, yet still feels detached from it. Her concern for Dawn isn't just sisterly worry, it's the fear of failing as a guardian, of not being enough in this new and perfect version of her life.
Up to a bit of candy corn mischief, I suspect.
Wait, she's out there running around by herself?
When she discovers Dawn is missing, we see the flashes of the old Slayer, fierce, focused, but underneath it there's exhaustion. Buffy isn't just fighting vampires anymore, she's fighting the emotional tollhood of adulthood. Bills, responsibilities, and the crushing realization that saving the world doesn't prepare you for living in it. That's why at the end of the episode, she turns to Giles and asks him to handle Dawn's punishment. It's a small moment, but it says everything. Buffy still leans on Giles to be the authority figure she doesn't feel capable of being. In a way, she's trying to pass off adulthood itself.
Something needs to be done before it spins out of control.
You're right. I'm glad you're here to take care of it.
But Giles will soon realize that he's no longer helping Buffy. He's just standing in the way. Did you just say something? Xander's fear in the episode runs quietly alongside the others, but it's just as revealing. His engagement to Anya should be a joyful milestone, proof that he's finally growing up.
I'm gonna marry that girl.
What? She's 15 and my sister, so don't eat.
But beneath the celebration, you can see and feel his unease. He cracks jokes to cover his nerves, deflects serious moments, and tries to play the part of a confident adult. Yet every scene hints that he's not as sure as he wants to be. Xander's fear isn't about demons or danger, it's about permanence, responsibility, and whether he's really ready for the life he's chosen. In a season defined by the challenges of adulthood, Xander represents the anxiety of pretending to have it all figured out.
I'm wallowing, not drowning.
Definite wallow action.
Okay.
While Buffy struggles with emotional detachment and Willow wrestles with control, Xander's quietly battling the fear that he might not be enough for Anya or for the future he's building. Okay, back to Dawn. The climax of the episode hits when Dawn is confronted by Justin. What started as a harmless night of fun turns into a nightmare when she realizes the boys aren't just older, they're vampires. For the first time, Dawn sees the real danger behind the excitement she was chasing. Buffy and Giles arrive in time, and Buffy gets on Dawn's case about parking with the vampire.
Were you parking? With a vamp? I didn't know he was dead.
Dawn swiftly reminds her that she's had her own interactions with vampires.
Like you've never fallen for a vampire? That was different. It always is when it's you.
Giles, Buffy, and Spike ultimately take on the vampires, but it's Dawn who ultimately faces the most difficult moment. The boy she liked, the thrill she wanted, becomes the threat she now has to destroy. When she stakes Justin, it's not just self-defense, it's a brutal end to her innocence. For Buffy, it's gut-wrenching. It's a mirror of her own past, the moment when fantasy collides with consequence. Buffy's detachment throughout the episode isn't coldness, it's exhaustion and recognition. She's seeing her sister step into the same path she once walked. The painful process of growing up in a world that doesn't protect you. The gang regroups, shaken but alive. Dawn is silent, her confidence shattered. She's not punished by Buffy or Giles, she's punished by the reality itself. And kinda Giles. The adventure she wanted ended with fear, guilt, and a broken sense of trust. For all her rebellion, Dawn didn't just get caught sneaking out. She saw death, made a choice, and has to live with it. And while everyone else tries to process what happened, Willow takes a darker route. After arguing with Tara about her overuse of magic, she decides to erase the fight completely, casting a forgetting spell before they go to bed. It's one of the episode's most chilling moments, quiet, intimate, and deeply wrong.
Forget.
All the Way closes not with a victory, but with silence. No celebration, no relief, and no real answers. Just the uneasy calm that follows the growing up too fast. Dawn's impulsivity, Buffy's exhaustion, Xander's fear, and Willow's denial all reflect the same truth. There's no monster to slay when the horror is life itself. That wraps up all the Halloween episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I respond to all the comments unless they're crazy. And hey, I gave you all a treat. I don't think I asked you guys to subscribe not one time during this episode. So if you enjoyed the video, yeah, please do that now. Also, if you're watching the compilation episode that doesn't apply to you, you all got tricked for Halloween. Also, next week, we're going to cover episodes that are actually scary/creepy because the Halloween episodes were fun, but yeah, they didn't quite do that. All right, now that we know all there is to know about Halloween, check out this Buffy episode on screen now that's actually creepy.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty.
Need a hand?
No thanks. I'm good.
Slayer's a robot. Did everybody else know the Slayer was a robot?